All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we have 340 stories, and we're getting towards the end here, but hope you enjoy them. All kinds of stuff. I'm talking police pursuits. We have a lot of interpersonal stuff. VD from a bowling team cheerleader. We have pranks everywhere, ducks everywhere. I got guys eating boll weevils. We got a guy had an egg explode in his mouth, and he fainted. He was a sergeant, so everybody just stood there and looked at him. Didn't do anything. He was an ass. Go look those up. You don't see that on Cops. I'll tell you right now. Okay, so let me tell you, I'm working at South Los Angeles, and I have a 16-person squad. And I dealt closely with the division captain. He was the guy that was in charge of like 375 people. And he dictates where they go, what they do, and he also gives me the loanies so I can have a supplement my cadre of 9 officers. Good guy. We're both within a few months of each other out of the academy. Both have over 30 years on. We got along very, very well. A good guy. So I'm in there talking about something. I don't remember what it was. And so in the middle of it, he gets people coming in his office all the time. He's the head guy. He's like a corporate executive of like IBM and a branch of West Coast branch, a big top guy. He hires and fires people. That's what we say. So he even told me it's so bad sometimes because people always want to work different assignments. They want to be transferred over there. He says, I'll be in the bathroom peeing at the men's urinal, and some guy will come in and say, hey, Captain, and he'll pee next to me, and he's talking about a job that he wants to work. He said, the guy won't even let me pee. Okay. So then I'd be like, okay, fine, I'm trying to nod, I'm trying to finish. Can you imagine? I mean, there was jokes going on in the old days at Dodger Stadium. They used to have the urinals that were troughs, and they were saying that why John Wayne didn't want to go in the urinal there to at a Dodger game, because as soon as he stands there and starts peeing, some guy will stand up and turn and go, hey, you're John Wayne, and spray him. That was the ongoing joke, But bum. Anyway, so I don't know if it applies to this, but just so you get that nice visual. Anyway, so I understand this. Okay, so while we're talking, I hear a knock on the door. He says, come on in. Open the door, and this lady sticks her head in. Now, this gal's a senior lead officer. She's got probably 12, 13 years on, dyed black hair, wearing civilian clothes, getting ready to go to work. She's in charge of like 12 people right before she became a supervisor, going to become a supervisor. And she got, because she wears clothes to show them, store-bought breasts. She's in her probably early 40s, maybe mid-40s, been around a while. And so she's walking around, because I think more than that were put into her, so to speak. In other words, I think their other body parts have been fluffed up or pumped up or whatever. So then she's talking about some meeting that he had to go to. Okay, fine, thank you. So she leaves, right? And 98% of these stories I've told you over the last 6 months or so have been what I actually saw or did. This one, what he told me, and I think it's pretty funny. So he closed the door, he goes, oh, you got to hear this. I go, what? He says, the other day, I'm in here, and my adjutant comes in and says, hey, there's a young policeman right out of the academy that wants to see the captain, which is him. And we have an open door policy. One of the other stories where they thought one of the top detective that worked the area I worked was might be corrupt. Those detectives went to the captain, bypass everybody because something to do with corruption and something like that. You have to have an open door because you don't want to stop this. And ultimately, that was stopped. The head detective was using heroin, and they ultimately arrested him and fired him. That's another story. But anyway, so he goes, sure, come on in. So here comes this, right out of the academy recruit. Sits down. Imagine, I think my captain, when I was a rookie, said hi to me once for the whole year I was there. That's not a level that you get to. Usually a sergeant's your first level you ever talk to. You don't go that high. That's really high. Sergeant, Sergeant 2, Lieutenant, Lieutenant 2, Captain, Captain. He's way up there. So he says, let me tell you what this kid did. He goes, he sits down. What do you want? Wow. He goes, oh. And he starts crying. Okay, he's an adult, 22 years old. And he goes, what's the matter, son? And the captain's thinking, oh my gosh, I got corruption. I got somebody beat somebody they shouldn't have. Somebody planted narcotics. I got all this stuff that goes through your mind as a supervisor. I have to get reassigned off my car. He goes, what car are you working? He goes, well, it's this car on morning shift with that lady officer. Okay. And he goes, why? What's going on? Why do you have to get transferred? It's kind of important. It has to be taken out of a car, especially when you're a recruit out of the academy. And he says he starts crying again. And he goes, come on, tell me what's going on, son. Come on. Well, she's making me have sex with her, and I'm engaged to another woman, and I can't take it anymore. And we're both in this office, and we are just laughing, because we're old school. We came out in the early 70s, It's like, what? I go, you're kidding me. No. He's up there almost in tears saying that they drive off in some alley somewhere, and he has to do her in the alley, in uniform. Okay, obviously she's got some problems, And then he's all guilty for the rest of the night. And he goes home and he's with his fiancée. He doesn't know what to do. And I mean, he was telling all this stuff about, oh my gosh. So, okay, first of all, you can't do that. Okay, I mean, you can't seduce your subordinates. So they said, okay. He said, okay. He said, you'll be changed today. Okay, so they changed it off. Okay. So what'd you do with her? I said, well, I asked him if he wanted to pursue it. We can pursue this, we can make some paper and we'll, He goes, no, I don't want to go any further than here. I don't further. Okay, fine. So then he left. So he said, well, what do you do, man? He goes, well, I said, I can't, without a victim, I can't do anything to her. So I called her in with her supervisor, and I said, there's some rumors going around that you might be sexually harassing the males. And if you are, stop it. Otherwise, we're going to write paper on you. And I guess she was like, oh boy. And he didn't say specifically who it was. Apparently she was doing this, not this sex, but apparently other things to young guys. She was a freaking cougar. I mean, really, in uniform. So he told her, probably should have done paper, but then again, you got to have a victim and a poor kid. It turned out he wound up being okay. I saw him years later. He was a trained officer now and probably recovered. But anyway, so I said, wow, that takes a lot of risk because, the kid could go to someplace else and they could make paper on the captain for not doing paper on him. But he thought, well, I can read people. I think it turned out to be okay. Okay, and I think she stopped what she was doing that she heard of. Nothing else came up. And that was into that. But he told that story, and then we looked at each other, and he goes, he's had like 3 wives, this captain. And he goes, man, he says, if I was a young recruit and my train officer is forcing me to have sex with her, I ain't telling nobody, okay? I look at him like, I don't think so either. I said, come on, he's single and she's single, and I mean, come on, as long as you give me a good rating, I'll have to do you. I mean, that's what you do, right? You're not supposed to. Please don't think I'm approving this, but it's just, you're not supposed to do it. If you're anybody's chain of command, you can't be doing that sort of thing, okay? But we're just laughing, go, oh boy, new generation, yeah, boy, we're looking at each other. Right on, bro. A couple of macho men here, Oh, yeah, right. Anyway, so that was pretty funny, but we were just laughing. Anyway, so Cougar, big time. Oh my gosh, and the guy's crying. Ugh. But then again, you can feel his pain. He wants to be an officer. He's trying to do well. It's his future career, and now he jeopardized by being forced to do this. That is kind of cold-blooded. I mean, it really is, on her part. But anyway, so hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.